What's good, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys some player props for NFL Week 14 over here on Prize Picks. If you look at the screen, 99% off of Justin Herbert's passing yards line at just needs one passing yard. That's it. It's at half a yard. If he gets one passing yard, you hit the over. Essentially a free square. Prize Picks kind of just did it out of nowhere, and this is leading up to all sorts of things that they're going to be doing this holiday season, from the 10 days of Pixmas to random discounts on Taco Tuesday to I'm sure we're going to be getting some NBA Christmas stuff, some NFL Christmas Eve, NFL Christmas stuff, probably all the way up to New Year's Eve stuff. They are fully invested into the holiday season over here, and it's just such a good way to get into player props. You can also mix and match sports. Today we have NFL, NBA, we have the Army versus Navy game. I'm sure they'll have some props for that as well. So you can mix and match all sorts of player props on here, and you can do esports, World Cup, whatever you are looking for. They have it on here on Prize Picks. And like I said, with the interactive ways that they involve themselves in the community, with their Discord and the way they're engaging on Twitter, very fun place to play. Highly recommend coming over to Prize Picks to play your player props and sign up using promo code UPSTATE. Do a 100% deposit match when you first sign up, and it helps us out a ton if you use the code. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get to the Patreon before we get to the picks.
If you want more plays from us, the Patreon is the best place to find more picks from us. Monday through Sunday, we do not miss a day. You want to check out the Patreon. We give out a ton of picks over there, more NBA picks, more NFL picks. If you want picks for every single slate of the NFL, that is the best place to go. And if you want more picks from us for the NBA, Monday through Sunday, because we don't do a Sunday video for NBA, the Patreon is the place to go. It's going to be linked in the description below. It's also on patreon.com/upstate. It's been dropped from $20 to $15 a month, and whenever you sign up, you get a full month. So I highly recommend checking that out.
Yeah, we went 4-2 yesterday on the NBA picks. Not too bad. And just been a solid start to December. I mean, we've had a couple down days, but we've also had a couple really good days. So hopefully this Sunday we can actually capitalize on YouTube and on the Patreon. It would be an awesome day. So different from our NBA videos, we do 2 picks each. So we're going to be giving you 4 picks total, but pretty much 5. So we're going to punch in the Justin Herbert. So pretty much you could punch us in for a 5-pick flex, and if you wanted to find one more player, you can potentially 25 extra cash. So I'm going to get to my first guy. Actually, both my guys are going to be in receiving yards, but my first guy is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown at 84.5, and I know it looks high, but the total of this game is extremely high. I have this game projected to probably be one of the best shootouts on the slate. I think, between the way Minnesota's pass defense has been terrible and the way Detroit is just giving up points to every single team in the league, not to mention Detroit is still in it. Minnesota is, outside chance to maybe get a number 1 seed in the NFC. I know it's, kind of far-fetched, but they still are in the mix. They've just been giving up a ton of pass yards through the air right now. They're 24th in pass defense, and the number 1 wide receivers in the respective offenses are getting 88.2 receiving yards per game, which is tied for the 5th most in the league, and that's at 9 receptions a game they're getting, for the number 1 wide receiver. So this Minnesota defense, even though they're a good team, the defense, especially through the air, has been bad, and he's had a really good season. 93 targets, 71 catches, and 808 receiving yards. So he's on his way to 1,000-yard season, and he's been playing so well. Jared Goff, the connection between him and Amon-Ra has been absolutely fantastic, and I think they can really exploit this secondary, and he can be, breaking away for some big plays. So give me Amon-Ra.
Really love him. He has been unbelievable this year. I know he's been up and down with his injuries, but when he is healthy, he is unbelievable. So I love that play. I'm going to stay here in receiving yards with Brandon Ayuk. I'm going to take his over at 42.5. This is somebody who has been just going crazy, smashing his receiving props, and we're getting a lower line due to how good this Tampa Bay defense is, and with a rookie quarterback stepping in since Garoppolo broke his foot. So the big key for me here is he's been through, this will be his 3rd quarterback this year with, I can't even think of his name.
Purdy.
No, the quarterback before, the who started the season.
Oh, Lance?
Yeah, Trey Lance. It's been so long. He broke his foot week 1, but Ayuk has hit 7 out of his last 8 games, and we know it is tough to run on this Tampa Bay defense. And with all the injuries in the backfield, with Leonard Fournette being injured, with White really just being a receiving back. They're going to throw the ball. They're going to see what this rookie has to offer. And this is a super low line, and there could be without Debo Samuel. So we really haven't seen George Kittle yet do much this season. So they've been putting a ton of workload on Brandon Ayuk. So discount on the line, rookie quarterback trying to prove himself, and a tough defense to run on. The ball is going to be in the air a lot, and it's going to be looking Ayuk's way.
Yeah, I went to Ayuk a couple times this season so far. It's worked out well for me. I'm not too scared about Brock Purdy. They let him throw the ball a lot more than I anticipated last game. 30 plus passes through the air for Purdy. Holds all the Iowa State records. Good player over there. So, so we'll see what he can do. They didn't go for Baker. They seem like they have a lot of confidence in this Purdy kid. So I'm excited to see how that game shakes out. I mean, two really good teams. I guess you could say Tampa Bay hasn't been the greatest, but they will be competitive for sure. I can guarantee that. My next guy is going to be in receiving yards, like I said. I'm going to go with Mark Andrews here, a guy that probably a lot of people are shying away from because there's no Lamar Jackson, but he hasn't even really been very good with Lamar. But I'll tell you what, with Tyler Huntley under center, we saw a couple games last season. It was 5 starts last season. Andrews had 73 receiving yards in 4 out of his last 5 games with Tyler Huntley. 10 targets in 4 out of those games as well. So Mark Andrews has been playing really well, and we like to go to those guys, those tight ends. It didn't work out with us with Tyler Higbee, but when you get a tight end in a good offense like the Baltimore Ravens offense, there's such a safety blanket with Mark Andrews being, if not 1, 2 best tight end in the league. He's just such a good receiver, and he's gonna make Tyler Huntley feel so comfortable. And the fact that we've already seen that connection between them before last season just makes me feel all good about going to this prop. And the Steelers haven't been a good pass defense as well. I know they got some big names on that defense, but they're 17th against tight ends, which is about middle of the pack. But we know Andrews had some big games against them before, and I think he can do it again. So give me Andrews at 57.5.
I'm glad that you mentioned how good he was when Huntley was the quarterback. And believe it or not, Huntley showed real promise when he played those 5 games. He looked like a really good NFL quarterback. So I have no problem going to Mark Andrews. And I'm going to jump over to receiving yards with Isaiah Pacheco. This is a really big game for this Kansas City team. I mean, they should blow out the Broncos. The Broncos have looked awful this year, and they have been giving up a ton of rushing yards. This does not look like the old Broncos defense where you couldn't run on this team, and Pacheco has been really shining in his starts now that Edwards is on IR and not looking to be back. I mean, when you look at his last 5 games, he's hit 4 out of the last 5, and he's been getting a pretty steady workload. He hasn't been used in the passing game as much as I would have thought, but he's been getting over 12, 13 carries almost every single game, and this is a game that was going to be the Sunday night game. It gets flexed to the 4:05 just considering how they think this game is going to pan out. I think the Chiefs are going to get up early, and they're going to use Pacheco a lot. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets 20, 25 carries in this game just to kill the clock, kind of game manage. He is due for a monster game. We saw against the the Chargers. He had 107 yards rushing, and I wouldn't be shocked if he does that here today. He's a super young talent. They're trying to see what they can get out of him, if they want to keep Edwards, if they want to look for somebody in the draft, and I think he's the guy. He is super versatile. He does a lot for this offense, and we're going to see what he can really do against a pretty average team in the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, and I hate to say, the Broncos, the way they started off the season in terms of that running defense, but just keeps on slipping down. Injuries play a big factor. Pacheco with the workload should be a really good play here against Denver. So that's going to be our 4 picks. Like I said, you compare in the Justin Herbert play to make this a 5-pick flex. If you're looking for another player, drop a comment down below. Maybe there's a couple players on the board that you would like. We'll get to you on our opinion on that player as well. As always, sign up for the Patreon. It's linked down in the description. You can go check that out. A lot of good stuff going on over there. So thank you for tuning into the video. Good luck this Sunday. Peace out.